Most Americans enjoyed a day off today to celebrate our 245th birthday. But of course, there are still those who decided to take some moments to attempt to reframe the founding narrative of this country. Actress Alyssa Milano, who revived her floundering career by hating Donald Trump, posted this. And it says, reminder, the United States was founded on the unjust treatment of Native Americans, Africans, and other people of color. If there is such a thing as white privilege, which of course she fully believes, this woman is the absolute picture of it. A marginally talented actor who sailed through life on her looks. People like Milano scream and shout. They claim America needs a reckoning. Alyssa Milano wants you to think she'd like to see equality of outcome for everyone. That's the new big thing with the liberals, right? Which is what they offer people, of course, in those lovely communist countries we always read about. But we all know even Alyssa Milano isn't that stupid. All these obnoxious voices don't really want to change the country, and not because they're aware collectivism will fail. They are actually dumb enough to not realize that. But because they don't want to mess up a good thing. And that's the irony. This country works great for people like Alyssa Milano. Phony American hate is more pervasive than ever as the far left wages their vicious campaign to undermine our founding documents. NPR traditionally posts the Declaration of Independence every single year, but this year they felt compelled to include a disclaimer. They write the words in the document land differently, adding disclaimers for sensitive people throughout the document if there's anything that might offend somebody as they read that document. The left has decided to fully embrace the mistakes that this country made decades or even hundreds of years ago. Why? Because there is tremendous power in victimhood. Bleeding heart liberals tend to just throw empathy and money at anyone or anything that screams for it. And America's issues with race are now being dredged up after being buried for quite a long time, so that today's Americans can embrace the roles of victim and oppressor, even though we are no longer oppressive or victimized. The Intercept writes, at 245, America is old enough to be honest about its founding. An article about a deleted passage in the Declaration of Independence criticizing slavery, and a passage referring to Native Americans as savages, claiming the Native Americans didn't fight fair and were willing to kill men, women, and children all the same. What this all presupposes is that we've all been sheltered from the reality of this country's beginnings this entire time, which of course is the absolute lie of all of this. Beginning in elementary school, students are taught about slavery, the Trail of Tears, Jim Crow. We all learn about historic figures like Dr. King. None of these pieces of American history have ever been ignored. The left just wants them more fully embraced as part, of course, of a new agenda. These voices now essentially say, if you love this country, you must be a racist. They need to delegitimize the accepted history in order to implement their social justice program, which of course will be collectivism, which they don't seem to realize will be the equal sharing of poverty and misery in this country. Congresswoman Cori Bush tweeting out, when they say that the 4th of July is about American freedom, remember this, the freedom they're referring to is for white people. This land is stolen and black people still aren't free. It's one of the funniest things you're going to read all week, no doubt. A sitting United States Congresswoman, a black woman elected to federal public office, claiming black people in America are not free. You can't make it up. Everything now must be filtered through race, of course. Even fireworks apparently are racist. National Geographic reporting vulnerable communities and people in communities of color are disproportionately exposed to air pollution from fireworks celebrations. And for as much as we laugh at these kinds of stories, and believe me, we do, so many people are buying into this. Listen to these college students interviewed by a campus reform correspondent.
Are you proud to be an American?
No. I feel embarrassed to be an American every day.
Not most of the time. I think sometimes it's just a little embarrassing.
What is there to be proud about if you're black and being,
It's not surprising. College students are generally idiots, but it does make you kind of scared for the future, I would think. It does me. A new poll shows less than half of Americans are extremely proud to be American. We are spoiled rotten by this country. We are spoiled absolutely rotten by the successes of this country, and we think that this is all just an entitlement, that life is just supposed to be this way, and this is just the way it is. And it's all by design. The left wants radical change. You can only get that by proving, somehow trying to prove, that this situation is so bad that it must be completely dismantled. And you have to say a lot of really stupid stuff in attempting to make that point, because we got a damn nice country here. And that's exactly what's happening. And sadly, there's a lot of really stupid people in this country that lap it all up. It's not all bad news, though. There are those in this country willing to stand up to this ridiculous rhetoric. Actor Matthew McConaughey, who could be the next governor of Texas, actually posted this 4th of July message. Listen closely.
But let's also remember that we are babies. You know, as a country, we're basically going through puberty in comparison to other countries' timelines. And we're going to go through growing pains. We are going through growing pains. And we got to make sure we maintain hope along the way as we continue to evolve. Why? Because it's who we are. Why? Because the alternative sucks. I believe that America and you and I believe we're an aspiration. We are all in this together. And if you don't purchase that, move on. Go somewhere else.
Move on. Go somewhere else. You can see the frustration there. And he's got a lot on the line saying that. I mean, that takes some cojones, let's be honest. That's a big statement from him. It's impressive and very well said. Former President Trump this past weekend in Sarasota, Florida, at a packed rally of thousands of people who endured the oppressive Florida heat this time of the year and then the rain. Here's the president, former president.
The mission for all of us here tonight is to preserve the legacy of July 4th, 1776, and to defend our liberty from the radical left movement that seeks to cancel this date, demolish our heritage, and destroy our beloved nation.
There you go. We're hearing estimates, potentially 45,000 people went to that rally. Think about what that means. Where's the energy right now? 45,000. That's the estimate. It's not confirmed, but that's the estimates we're getting. Try to go to that rally. Biden might get 4 or 5.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.